Christmas is approaching, and for many people that means full tables, laughter, hugs, and families coming together. But not for everyone. Imagine someone named Daniel. Or better yet, imagine that Daniel could be you. This year, Daniel is going to spend Christmas alone. Not because he lacks worth, and not because he did something wrong, but because life simply unfolded that way. His family is far away. Some friends made other plans, and when night falls, the house becomes quiet. A kind of silence that doesn't scream but weighs on you. And maybe, as you're listening to this, something inside you nods. Because you felt it too. That soft pressure in the chest, that feeling that something should be happening. The first thing Daniel needs to understand, and you do too, is that he's not the only one. Psychologists call this emotional normalization. Understanding that what you feel doesn't make you strange, weak, or insufficient. Thousands of people spend Christmas alone, even if no one talks about it. Daniel is not broken, neither are you. Now comes the important part. What does Daniel do with that night, and what can you do? First, give the night your own meaning. Daniel could sit there waiting for the hours to pass, but he chooses something else. He turns off the harsh lights, turns on a warm lamp, prepares something he enjoys, not because it's what he should do, but because it brings him calm. And as he does this, maybe you realize something tonight. This night doesn't have to look like anyone else's. Psychologists know that creating personal rituals helps restore a sense of control when everything else feels out of place. Then, when everything quiets down, the emotions show up. Second, allow yourself to feel without judging yourself. Daniel feels nostalgia at times, sadness, maybe even a bit of relief. He doesn't scold himself. He doesn't say, "I should be better." He just stays there with it, the way you could right now. Emotional regulation isn't about eliminating pain. It's about stopping the fight against it. Later, Daniel picks up his phone. Third, a small but real connection. Not a long conversation, not a forced gathering. Just a simple message. "I hope you're doing okay today." That small gesture, even if it seems insignificant, reminds him of something important. He's still connected to the world. And maybe you can think of someone you could write to too. Not to fill the emptiness, but to share a human moment. Then Daniel does something unexpected. Fourth, do something for someone else. He tidies up a little, donates something he no longer uses, leaves a kind comment. Not because he's ignoring his own loneliness, but because for a moment he's no longer carrying it alone. Psychology explains it this way. Helping others helps regulate our emotions because it reminds us that we're still part of something. As the night goes on, the silence returns. Fifth, understand what this loneliness is building. Loneliness doesn't always take. Sometimes it gives. It gives clarity. It gives space. It gives truth. Daniel notices things he couldn't hear before. And maybe you're starting to notice that this silence is saying more than you expected. This is what psychologists call functional loneliness, the space where you meet yourself without masks. Before going to sleep, Daniel does something simple. Sixth, create a small gesture of hope. He writes a note, not a huge promise, just an intention, something that speaks to the future. I'm still here. Because the brain needs symbols. It needs continuity. And maybe you can close this night with a gesture like that too, no matter how small. If you're alone today, remember this. Spending Christmas alone does not define you. It doesn't say anything bad about you. It doesn't make you less valuable. Daniel is not an isolated case. Daniel is you. He's me. He's anyone who, at some point, has found themselves in silence while the world seemed loud. Your loneliness is not a mistake. It's an experience, and it can become a space of care, calm, and understanding. If you want to keep exploring your inner world and understand what you feel more deeply, I invite you to stay with us. This is Inside the Mind, and here, even on the quietest nights, you're not truly alone.